and welcome to the Sportsman Show. I am your host, Joe Musil, along with my arch rival of baseball, a Red Sox fan, Coachy, my other host of the show, Coachy DeCarolis. Say hi, Coachy.
Hi, everybody. Hi, all. It's Sunday, July 26th, and
we have baseball, Coachy. We have baseball.
Yes.
Thankfully, yes, we do.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it, but, unfortunately, I don't get to watch it for much longer because other stuff's starting up.
Yeah, but we're going to have a lot to watch very soon. We're going to have plenty of sports to watch.
Well, it's actually started a little bit this weekend, so.
Yep.
But before we continue on, Joe, would you like to explain about last week's little snafu that we had?
Oh, the little snafu that Coachy knocked over some stuff with his elbows and knocked out the internet. Yep, just like that. He did that, so we apologize for that. I guarantee that's fixed in editing. The show's put together. Everything looks great. Brian did a great job.
Yeah, and I took over the show for about five minutes, but it actually didn't. I don't think it went through on the air, but it would have been funny if it did.
Yeah, it would have been. But I would have needed your recording from your half to see that.
At least it was working on my end.
Yeah, at least it was. On my end, it just froze your face, and you were like, like that. So it was pretty funny.
That's your pose for a camera in case you ever want to go on a vacation. That was your perfect Disney pose.
Yeah, that's my Disney pose. That's my Lake Alpine pose.
But
yeah.
So baseball and I'll let you begin with it. Baseball is back. We did, even though we have cardboard fans, it doesn't look for the best.
I don't like it. I don't like cardboard cutout fans.
I don't either.
It looks weird. It looks strange. People are putting their dogs' faces up there too, in the seats. You seen that too? Or no? Yeah.
Actually, one stadium had an actual stuffed animal.
Oh, stuffed animal. So that's
but
the fan thing is not well.
I'm waiting to see if every ballpark's going to start putting cardboard all around the whole stadium because there is a couple that put half of it.
I've seen most of the games since I have the Major League Baseball pass this year.
At least you got it cheap.
Yep, it wasn't bad. For a couple months, they sell a pretty good package. But I've been seeing a lot of the cardboard cutouts. Not all of them look the same and stuff. Some have the white lining out from the fans, like the person didn't cut too close to the line and stuff. And those look weirder than the neatly trimmed ones. And it looks weird. It definitely does look weird. But the baseball's been good. The baseball action has been very decent. I can talk about my Yankees, starting off the season with 2-1. Friday night's game, and Cole pitched.
Friday there was no game, Joe. It was Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, Thursday. Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm so far long ago. It was a Thursday night game. So it was Thursday night. Cole pitched well, 5 innings only, got rained out, and they were lucky to get that. What? Yeah, it counted. It counted, but they were lucky to get that in because at the start of the 6th, everything just went watered. And everybody.
Yeah, it looked like Puddle City. Man, nobody was there to splash their feet around the puddles in the ballpark.
They were splashing around in pools of water, not puddles, pools.
Close enough.
But everything looked well. Cole pitched well. Gave up a home run in the first inning. But after that, settled down and pitched very well. The next game for the Yankees was Saturday. Right? Yeah, Saturday.
That was Saturday evening, Saturday night.
The Big Maple pitched, and he didn't do well. I believe the Big Maple takes a little bit of time. He did better down the stretch last year that he did in the beginning. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm not too worried about the Yankees bullpen or anything because they got 30 players to play with right now for the first 2 weeks, and then they go down to 28. So they got extra arms in the bullpen. That really didn't hurt them too much. And today's game for Sunday's game, Gleyber Torres finally got back on track a little bit, got his first couple hits, and pretty much won the game with his 2 RBIs. And I'll let you talk about your Red Sox. How'd that happen? Baltimore.
Well, Friday night we started the season with Nathan Eovaldi, our opening night starter, because Eduardo Rodriguez unfortunately is on the disabled list due to being tested positive for the virus, which today it confirmed he has let me try this right. Myocarditis, meaning it's a heart condition. It's a viral infection. That's why he was shut down.
Okay.
For a little bit. So
that
that's
sounds
why
serious.
He pitched. So Nathan Eovaldi pitched in his spot. I thought he looked good for 6. I mean, he only went 6 innings. He looked pretty good. He was able to locate his pitching. So I thought he had a very good game to start the season. And then we had J.D. Martinez, Jackie Bradley Jr. Got off to a very good start with the bats, 3 hits each. Win 13-2. I said right after Friday's game, I said, yeah, we've already burned ourselves, already scored double-digit runs. The offense comes through. So what happens on Saturday? Not so much lucky.
No,
I say,
we
were outscored 14-6 the next 2 days, and unfortunately, our bats were put to sleep, which wasn't the best in the world. And I'm trying to get the stats because there's some of these Red Sox players for their pitchers I have not heard of very much.
Yeah, I'm still learning most of the Yankee names too. And everybody on there.
Martin Perez pitched yesterday. He went 5 innings, and unfortunately, he didn't look his sharpest. He was already down 5-0. But what bothers me, and yes, they lost 7-2 today. They had to bring another pitcher up, and now because of that, and we don't know who's starting tomorrow or Tuesday. Unfortunately, at the moment, we are so thin on pitching right now, Joe. It's I'm expecting a season like this where it's going to be tough to win games, and I've already said that with the bullpen. I will say the bullpen looked good. You really can't say the bullpen much on Friday because that was 13-2. Yesterday it was okay. Today it was all right, but not the best. But like I said, we have a lot of learning to do and everything else. And coming up next, before we play the New York Yankees, we have to take on the New York Mets. Two at Fenway and then 2 at Citi Field before we I'm not sure how that's going to. I think it's 2 in Boston and then 2 in Citi Field. I think that's what they're doing. You may want to look that one up.
Yeah, I got that.
And then we have to play. Yeah, I love this. We're on Fox twice this coming week and ESPN next week.
Yeah. So let's see. You got 2 at Mets, and let's see here.
We play 2 at Boston, or we don't?
Oh, you play 2 at the Mets and 3 home. No, 2.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, okay. I saw the Y at the end.
Okay.
It goes 2 and 2.
Okay.
2 away and then 2 home.
2 home. Okay. And then
3 for the Yankees.
Yeah, and then before we keep talking, there was a report that just came down 15 minutes ago. Justin Verlander is done for the season.
Oh, for Houston?
Yep.
Ooh.
Just announced.
Done for the season.
With elbow surgery, so that might be going towards Tommy John.
Well, Houston just suffered their first loss of the season against the Marylanders.
Didn't look too good today.
No, they didn't.
Baseball league.
The Twins looked pretty good. They put up a good number against the White Sox. They They have a lot of bats in that lineup, the Twins bats.
Yes, they do.
They do.
And
They have,
they have a very good manager, and Mr. Baldelli.
yep. So, hey, that's a pretty good thing. But the Mets were the Mets last night. Their closer blew the save. They were 1 out away to winning the game, and he gave up a home run. He did that 15 times last year, and he did it again. He did it again
First one
yesterday.
this season.
First one this season.
Was he 1 out away?
Yeah, he was 1 out away. He was actually he had a full count on him and pitched a pretty good high fastball, I think, and it just crushed and went out of the ballpark.
Yeah, went to left field. I saw that, but I did see Stanton hit a 480-foot home run, and then one of your Yankees also hit a bomb. I think it was last.
Yeah,
night.
Yankees have been going yard pretty good. Not too many base hits and getting the full offense ready and willing, but that's due to Washington's pitching. Washington's pitching actually pitched very well this weekend, and so I mean we could have reversed Steven Strasburg on Saturday, but we didn't. He got scratched in that game.
Max Scherzer started
Thursday, and then it was supposed to go Starsburg, and it didn't go Strasburg. So
was he a late scratch?
Yeah, late scratch on that. So
okay. Now you were talking about the big bats for the Minnesota Twins. I'm on the ESPN stat list, and Nelson Cruz already 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in, 7 hits.
Very good stat lines.
For 60 games, that could be a pace for 30 home runs, maybe.
Yeah, that could be a nice pace for 30. I mean, I don't think we're going to see more than 40 by any player.
I don't see anybody getting 40.
I don't see anybody getting. If somebody gets 40 and 60, that's incredible.
I would say between 20 and 30 this year, is going to probably win you the home run award.
Yeah, I say maybe somebody will scratch 35, maybe 35.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I can give it that at this point.
But
but remember, these stats have just started and everything, so you really can't go too wild about where we stand with the single stat leaders of all the players. But it looks like so far it's been Nelson Cruz for the first 3 games.
For the Minnesota Twins?
Yup, best player right now in baseball. Probably, but you're not going to give him a player of the week because this is only day number 3.
Yeah.
Or day 4, sorry.
Day 4, game number 3.
But if he keeps going the way he's going right now, Joe, Nelson Cruz will win the player of the week for the first week of the season.
Yep.
For the American League. So, as we get into details with the next show, we'll have a better idea where we are. I'm going to have to start writing some stats down.
Yep, we're going to have to start charting some stats, charting some players.
Yes, because I got to get some good practice in like this because actually but I'll talk about that later in the show because
your fantasy league?
Yeah, well, I'm in that, but when we get to the hockey and basketball part, I'll explain what's going to be happening in that because it's going to be a little bit of a difficulty trying to keep up with baseball when the other stuff starts this week. But I'll try to watch it on my phone or computer. So
yeah.
But so far, so good with the baseball. Like you said, the only thing I don't like are the cut-ups. It just feels like cardboard box for fans, and it just looks very puny.
Yeah, it does, especially with the dog faces, and I was surprised somebody didn't.
There could be worse.
Could be cat faces, could be chickens or whatever in behind the plates.
But yeah, seeing all those empty stadiums, the players wish the fans were there, but it's not going to happen this year unless they see something come playoff time, but I highly doubt it.
Well, I think as the players start playing and stuff and they start rolling with it, they'll start doing more emotional stuff. I mean, they'll start feeling more emotional and they'll start showing more emotional stuff. They'll start pumping their fists a little bit more. They'll start trying to.
It's not going to be right now for the first month.
No, they're still getting used to everything. Usually the crowd noise pumps you up and stuff, and you feel the crowd. But I, be- I believe they'll get used to it.
Yeah,
They'll start.
and we noticed too, there haven't been any players arguing with umpires so far in the first.
No argues, no refs.
Maybe a challenge here and there, but that's it.
Yeah, a couple challenges and stuff. They didn't. They got most of the challenges correct. The ones I saw, the one for the Yankees, yes, his foot went off the bag. They got it correct. They looked at it. Yeah, he was safe.
Yeah, there was one today, Seattle and Houston. There was a challenge, but Seattle didn't win that one. I think it was for they thought that he was off. They tagged him out at first base. They challenged him and said, and I saw the replay. It wasn't even close.
Yep. So,
yeah. But let's hope we continue to march on. And
yeah, as long as we continue to march on, continue to see games, no one gets sick or injured. It should be a good baseball.
Yeah, not like the one where Washington decides, oops, their player Soto got tested positive and got yanked out of the lineup very quickly.
Yeah, so they don't know when he's going to be back, but they missed his bat in the lineup.
Missed his bat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So
okay.
So now we talked a lot of that was a good portion of baseball today, which was good.
Yep.
The next topic we need to discuss is the NFL. That training camp is going forward as scheduled on Tuesday. We did have our first NFL player opt out of the season.
Yep.
The positive, he's an offensive guard for the Kansas City Chiefs, which they did sign somebody very quickly today.
Yep.
For 1 year. I don't know. There's still, so far, there have been 3 stadiums that have been told there are no fans this year at the games, and that's Philadelphia and New Jersey. Nevada might be soon next.
Well, if it's New Jersey, then it's the New York Giants and the New York Jets.
Yeah, Giants and Jets, yeah, but they play in East
They
Rutherford,
play in New Jersey.
So that's why I wasn't going to say the state New York.
Yeah, okay.
But unfortunately, we're waiting to hear about other stadiums. I've been amazed that right now Miami, Jacksonville, or Tampa, they haven't pulled the plug with fans yet.
Well, since those are really hot zones,
Jacksonville's the hot spot right now.
Yeah, that's boiling. That's really hot down there.
Mm-hmm.
So they better get their stuff together down there before season starts, or those players are going to have to live in a bubble just to play football.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see about that bubble, if they're going to have a rule about being in that bubble, and see if you get tested positive, what kind of list are you going to be on from the commissioner, and how long you have to wait for before you say, okay, you're cleared to play again.
Well, I think it's that you have to pass 2 out of 4 tests, or you have to pass 2 tests within 4 days. If they both pop positive, you can go back to football. I think I read that somewhere.
Okay.
Or that could be for baseball, or could be for another sport. But
well, they've been fighting back and forth in the NFL because the players have not been safe or anything like that. But you never know. Some of these players, like Russell Wilson, they still may opt out this year. I highly doubt it, but you don't know that.
Russell Wilson's a professional. I don't think he will want to miss a season.
No.
For this, but he could opt out. He could do that, and that would just leave that team high and dry. That would be gone for the yeah.
So I don't think it'll happen, but like I said, when we see the training camps on Tuesday, it's going to be very interesting how that's going to look and how the players are going to react. I know they're going to be keeping a close watch on what's going on. Remember, there's a lot of friends that I know that think the NFL season's not going to go on. I've got a feeling it is going to go on, but if it keeps spiking, I think you may see a delay at the start of the season.
I don't think. Yeah, there may be a delay. There may be a couple push
I'm
back.
not saying cancellation. I think
No,
now
I think a
between
delay.
all that, I think that's going to go on. I think the delay is going to. There's a good chance that might happen, but not canceled season now.
Well, you got 90 players and other people to watch and take care of. So that's a lot of people to take care of, like I've said.
Right, and I haven't heard any new cases, which, by the way, they goofed. They said 95 players tested positive. It was actually 59, so they had the 5 and 9 reversed.
That's something we would do.
Yeah, of course, but they had to make the reversal numbers instead. So.
Yeah, they did, but I still say football will press on. We will have a season. We will have a season.
Yep, there's no doubt about it. We can agree to that. You know, as long as nothing funny
happens, nothing funny, nothing out of the ordinary. I believe we'll have a pretty good season too. It's a little top-heavy season. It's with a lot of rookie and second-year quarterbacks happening this year. I mean, it's going to be an interesting season. It's going to be an interesting season. I mean,
absolutely.
New England's going to have the Cam Newton watch every week. You're going to have to do that. But, I mean, it's either Kansas City or Baltimore in the AFC. And for the NFC, you got to go with the 49ers.
Maybe San Francisco.
I don't know.
I put Seattle in there. I'm not putting the Rams in there.
Well, Seattle only if they don't have Russell Wilson, Seattle's gone.
Yeah, I know. And of course,
that.
Seattle just got stronger in the defensive backfield. So
yeah, but
which we actually should discuss about while we're on that subject because he finally got his wish out of the Jets.
Oh yeah. What was it? Well, the Jets are the Jets. I mean, Sam Darnold's going to be their quarterback this year.
Yep.
And they're just going to – I mean, they're all based on Le'Veon Bell, see if he can actually come back and actually produce. He didn't produce well.
Him and Adams actually exchanged pleasantries on Twitter.
Yeah.
So, you know, the deal that went down for Adams, it was pretty big. 2 first-round picks, a defensive back player, a third-round pick, and a fourth-round pick.
Well, he was a pretty good player. He was a top player. He was a good player for the Jets.
I think once it went down that he went off about his coach and general manager. That's when
that was downhill from there. Yeah,
that was downhill. And I said, "Yep, he's going now. That'll do it." And then yesterday the trade went down.
Yep. So, I can't really say too much more about the Jets than they're the Jets. I mean, I don't want to trash them too much.
I know. No, you don't want to trash them too much. It's just been so tough for them.
It's tough.
Last few years.
Last quarterback got him to the playoffs.
They haven't made the playoffs since is it Herm Edwards was the last coach?
Yeah.
That got him to the playoffs? Yeah.
And that was they experimented with Tim Tebow. They had the Chad Henning and stuff. And what was the other quarterback that they had?
Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny's going way back.
No. But he was in the playoffs though when Parcells was coach.
Yeah. That was going.
What's its face? I know who he is now.
The butt fumble. Butt fumble.
Is it Rex Ryan? No, not Rex Ryan.
Yeah, it was Rex Ryan.
Okay.
It was for Rex Ryan. But they had a whole Rex Ryan experience. I mean, that went south quickly.
Yep.
I forgot his name. He brought him to an AFC championship game.
Yep, I know. He was the quarterback from USC too, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was. He did the butt fumble.
Yes,
when Vincent Wilfork pushed him in. Yep. As soon as you say his name, he's going to pop.
Yep.
Quickly, so. But for other teams, you know, in the AFC, it's going to be a struggle too. I mean, Denver has a nice second-year quarterback. That's not going to do it against Kansas City.
Mark
That's
Sanchez, by the way.
Mark Sanchez. There is the name. Mark Sanchez. The butt fumble. One of the most run play bloopers in all of football.
Yeah, I know. As a Patriots fan, I'm just sitting there. It's like, I don't have time to laugh. I'm like, go run with the football and go put it in the end zone. We'll worry about that later.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, play.
Yeah, that was Mark Sanchez, but he brought him to. He's one of the only two quarterbacks to beat Brady and Manning in a playoffs. So he had that for his record, and then he just fell off the
face of the earth.
Yeah, he face of the earth. I mean, quarterback stability. We're blessed that in New England that we had 20 years of quarterback stability. Other teams haven't had that. You know, it's hard to have. Even Green Bay, you're going 13 years with Aaron Rodgers, and you're already looking for another quarterback since your quarterback is going downhill. But that's a long time for a quarterback. I mean, having a quarterback on your team that can play relieves a lot of stress on your football team. It does. It just does. It relieves the stress of your defense. It relieves the stress of your kicking team. It's a blessing. So finding that quarterback is – but in the AFC, there's really no longevity quarterbacks I don't see anymore. I mean, Indy had Andrew Luck, which didn't pan out. He retired after 7 years. I mean, they could have had Andrew Luck was supposed to be. I mean, he could have fixed that team and been another Peyton Manning for 13 to 15 years. You know, I really said Andrew Luck should have won a championship if he stayed healthy and everything, and he would have been holding the Vince Lombardi Trophy. But yeah, so. That's my take on football. What do you got?
Well, actually, I'm just reading about Aldrich Rojas, the kicker for the New York Giants, got released this morning because he got another. He was involved in a high speed chase.
What did he do? Kick the ball and get in his vehicle and try to chase it?
Oh no, this was when he was in California. Hit and run that led to his June arrest.
There you go. That's the Giants for you.
But they're not taking a chance with him now at this point because, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a chance with that. You know, you hit and run somebody.
And he's been involved with drugs before, so.
And that's your kicker. That's
sad.
That's sad. That's another position on a football team that you should be able to get correct and have a 10-year no worries situation. You know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's a couple kickers that, you know, like Sebastian Janikowski. He is another one who has in the past gotten into some trouble too.
Yep. But
his was drugs. This one's getting involved with a highway speed chase, probably stepping on the gas on an LA freeway, probably going 120 miles an hour.
Well, that's because nobody's on them anymore.
No.
Because the COVID-19.
He took a ride right now.
Yeah, he took a ride.
So, but, all right. So, by the way, before I start talking about basketball, they reiterated on Justin Berlander. He's out. It's at least 2 weeks now.
At least 2 weeks? That's 10 games.
Yeah, he could be back he's out for at least a month.
That's two starts.
They decided to re-report it instead of out for the season. Now they've confirmed it's going to be at least 2-week shutdown.
Well, he is an older player. He still pitches well. He still pitches very well.
Yep.
I mean, he still commands the plate and stuff and controls everything.
Absolutely. Basketball is starting to go into full swing now. The NBA
They start this week.
Well, they've been doing their preseason
Well,
games.
they did their preseason, and then they start this week,
This coming Friday
Friday.
they resume their season.
Yep.
And there's still teams battling for a playoff spot.
Yeah, and I think Zion Williams will be going back to the Pelicans since
Yes, that's already been confirmed.
Yep.
He only had to serve 4 days in the bubble, or
Yep.
4 days
Out
quarantine
of
instead
the
of 14.
quarantine. Because he didn't test positive or anything.
Correct, but because he left the bubble for a family matter, they didn't want to take a chance. But I think 4 days was sufficient. Unfortunately, there's a player for the Los Angeles Clippers. I forget his name off the bat, but when he was in Atlanta, Georgia, he was being questioned about being at a nightclub during the pandemic, but he said he was picking up food at a club.
Picking up food at the club?
At some Atlanta nightclub.
Okay. But I don't know. The Clippers are pretty well loaded anyway, so long as it's not one of their star players, they'll be fine.
Yeah, he actually, it was Lou Williams. According to his grandfather's, when he was absent for his grandfather's funeral, he went to a trip to a strip club while outside the bubble.
There you go. That's being responsible.
Yeah, well, his punishment was when he came back, he has to be self-quarantined for 10 days.
Well, good thing they're only doing preseason right now.
Yeah, I know, because Doc Rivers would have his head.
Yeah, he would. Doc Rivers is
like
pretty strict close. One other note before we dive into a little bit more basketball, we could dive into this basketball. But the New York Knicks has a new coach.
Yes, and he's very well known. And actually,
Tom Thibodeau.
Tom Thibodeau. Yes, he signed with the Knicks. Is this the
5 years
coach? Yep. Will this be the actual coach who can break this long losing playoff streak for the Knicks to get back into the playoffs? I hope so.
He's a very good coach. He's a very defensive-minded coach. He gets a lot out of his players. He did those Chicago Bulls runs with the Chicago Bulls, and they got
Derrick Rose. Yep.
Derrick Rose and other players. I forgot their names, but I'll come up with them. But they did very well. Very defensive-minded, very pushy. I mean, he pushes a lot out of you. He'll expect a lot out of you. I think the longest Knicks management doesn't get in the way of him coaching.
Yeah, the owner needs to stay out of it.
Yeah, the owner needs to stay out of it.
James Doyle needs to sit down and just let him do his thing. Don't get involved or say anything, because he's got a big-time problem. He's had other issues, and that's why even other famous people said, I'm not going to any more Knicks games this year. So,
well, their downside that started, they didn't get LeBron James. They didn't get Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant's in Brooklyn. He chose Brooklyn over New York, which it was a big shocker. I mean, but it's going to take a while for Tom Thibodeau to work his magic.
Give that coach at least 3 years to do something. Don't wait and say, yes, we have to do it in 1 year or two. Give him at least 3 or 4. Then make your move.
I think so. I think that's a correct method. But let's see if he can live out that 5-year contract. I mean, long as the New York Knicks management stays out of it and stays out of his way, he'll bring them more than 40, 45 wins maybe and stuff like that for the first couple of years. I mean, there's the cat. There's the kitty. I see him. I saw the cat. It's there. Here it is. Say hi. There you go.
Oh, hi, Lexi.
Lexi the cat. Meow, meow, meow. The meow's on the TV.
All right. I got to go back to my show, baby. Enjoy. Okay.
But
I see the Knicks will be around him to see how he can produce and stuff. I'm just hoping this year the Knicks can win 30 games just to build up to it and then take it from there.
I think they'll win about 30 games when the season resumes and stuff with under Tom Thibodeau. He's a good enough
Now,
coach.
Tom Thibodeau's got a lot of time to scout and think before their season starts in December.
Yeah, he does. He has a
They've
lot.
got a long time.
But he'll get the most out of the with the cat over there.
Cat's gone.
Cat's gone. Okay. But it's a good hire for the Knicks. Hopefully it works out. It's a good hire for the Knicks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the straightforward, no bull crap coach that they need. He'll get them into shape. I mean, those Bulls teams he brought to the finals and stuff like that, they were just on the brink of trying to win an NBA championship. So, okay. All right, you got a subject you want to talk about. Let's just jump right back.
Yes, I do. Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Yes.
You know all my feelings about Dwight Howard.
Yes, I know, but now we're doing something he has to do, which is called wearing a mask.
Wearing a mask. Most people are controversial on this subject, on wearing a mask or not. So, okay.
Mm-hmm. So, basically, he's had a video against wearing masks and vaccination, and he's called vaccinations are stupid and dangerous. Yeah, well, unfortunately, there's a problem in this particular situation.
He's not called Dr. Howard?
No, but he has been told by the NBA he needs to wear a mask. You know, and I'm telling you, he says they're sanitizing everything. We're getting tested every day. And he says, so it's not like we're around anybody that can give it to us because we're all get tested together. Yeah, well, this came, of course, the NBA gave Howard a warning. And, you know, and apparently if this happens again or he gets told he gets caught again, I think he's got like 2 more strikes, and what's gonna happen is they're gonna tell him, nope, you have to leave the bubble. You are going to be going home, and you can stay home for the rest of the season. This is the last thing you want as a Laker fan.
Well, yeah, you're already.
He's not starting, which is good. But,
well, it's not started, but the Lakers are already 3 players down. Avery Bradley, one other guy, and Dwight Howard.
Charles, one of their other players today got poked in the eye during scrimmage today. I found that out. Anthony Davis.
Well, that's a big name. That's a biggie.
That's a biggie.
That's next to LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
That's right next to it.
That's your number 2 good player.
A little poke in the eye. I'm sure that big guy, he'll get some ice on it and it'll be fine.
But yeah, Dwight Howard, he's done, as you know, he's done some stupid things in the past when he played.
Yeah, I know. I still say.
We'll remember the gun thing at a poker game.
He
brought a gun or something like that.
Brought a gun. He's jumped over Oldsmobiles in dunk contests and stuff. Mm-hmm. He's put on a Superman cape and done that.
Of course. But that's the fun stuff. But we're talking about something that's way worse than before.
Well, I described Dwight Howard's career in another video. You can watch that. But I say he is a poor – I would pick Dennis Rodman over him to be on my team.
Yeah, because at least he'll get you rebounds. Sometimes he'll score 8 points a game. That I know.
Yeah, that you'll know. And Dennis Rodman acted more professional in his antics than Dwight Howard has.
Yes. I know Dennis Rodman has done stupid things in the past, especially what he's done to a cameraman, but which we won't talk about. But there have been with Dwight Howard, this is off the court, and this is not a good time to start pulling this stunt.
Yeah, right now. It's not. So we'll see what the league does to him. Hopefully.
I think they're monitoring him right now is what they're doing. I haven't heard anything else.
I'm surprised LeBron James hasn't gone to him and said, here's your mask. You're going to wear it let's go win an NBA championship.
That's what I was thinking too. I've not heard anything about what LeBron has said or anything like that. I don't think he really wants to say anything in the media right now, or otherwise, goodness knows what the LA Times what they're gonna do to bash for an article.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
So
but I do want to discuss too, out of our picture, the WNBA did start their season yesterday, and
yes, they
unfortunately,
did.
the Connecticut Sun should have won. They got beat by the Minnesota Lynx,
They
because
blew a
of the
10-point
quarter.
lead.
Yep, and they got outscored 27-12 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So that could be just rust, or that could be just playing in a new arena without any fans and stuff like that. Because I believe they played a Mohegan, and they were up by 10, and they were feeling the fans and stuff like that.
Oh, that'd be
In their
different.
home court, it would be way different.
Yeah,
Way
but
different.
this is in Florida. There's no fans. Actually, this arena they're playing in doesn't really have much fan space anyway.
No, but actually, the fan base for the Connecticut Sun around here is pretty good. I mean,
I
the
believe
games.
we were number one in attendance.
Yeah, I believe so too. I mean, I went to with the Connecticut Sun for Steve last year for his birthday. I mean, that arena was packed. Even the cheap seats were filled up. So
Yep.
they got a good support. So it's going to be.
They've always had a good support. And by the way, for the record, they used to be in Orlando, Florida before they moved up here.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that blowing the 10-point lead, it's the first game of the season. You know, you lose momentum in a game like that. So hopefully they can bounce back. If they continue down this path of losing leads and stuff like that, then you could say, yeah, there's a problem with the team. But if they bounce back and get a nice 5-point win over a team, but I don't think their schedule gets any easier either.
No, and remember, this is a short season too, so
yeah, it's a
the only
shorter
thing
season.
about this is there's no travel whatsoever except back and forth to the arena, and I don't know if they've done their quarantine before they get to
Yeah,
go
they're
to
in a bubble.
Okay.
They're in a bubble. They've taken around the bubble. I've seen most of their stuff on Instagram. They're in the special bubble.
Okay, and no one else has opted out since the start of this. So
No, but the only thing different between the men and the women in their bubbles, the women are allowed to bring their daughters. Their daughters are around them and everything, of their family
they can
members.
only bring
and
their
stuff.
daughters and not like their sons or anything.
I didn't see any sons, but they can only bring daughters. They brought a lot of daughters. Everybody's almost has one.
Now you're gonna have me do this. WNBA players.
I think it was children because some of the women are single women and stuff. They had to bring
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
So.
But when Sue Bird was playing yesterday, Megan Rapinoe was at the game too. So.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the statement. The WNBA allows the players to bring their children in the bubble and even provides them with hired caretakers for assistance.
Yep.
WNBA players like Leah Holmes, the Connecticut Sun, and Candace Parker of Los Angeles Sparks didn't hesitate to bring their daughters along. We're package deal, since Parker. View this post on Instagram.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can bring the kids, and they can, as long as they bring a provider,
yep.
They're okay.
Yeah, I think they're provided with children care.
Right,
yeah.
As long as they're divorced or they're single. If they're married, then obviously they can't bring the children.
Yeah, I think so. But
so
a lot of single moms doing a single mom's job. You know,
yep.
It is a job for them, so it's understandable.
Absolutely.
I mean, it must be pretty awesome for all the daughters to be around all these famous women basketball players. That must have been.
But the problem is during the game, I bet you the kids aren't allowed to leave the bubble. They have to stay where they are.
Well, yeah, they're in the bubble too. They're trapped in there.
Yeah, but they can't be in the arena though.
Maybe I haven't seen one.
I haven't seen one yet either. Like I said, Megan Rapinoe was at a game with Sue Bird. I'm like, why is Megan Rapinoe there?
Well, I don't know. Is she a reporter?
Later. Huh?
Is she a reporter?
No, she's the girlfriend of Sue Bird.
Well, girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Yep. purplish pink hair she had yesterday.
Okay.
So, all right. I was pretty good. I saved this for last.
Hockey.
Of course. All 24 teams were traveling yesterday and today, and now they're there. Now, even though they're going to be starting to play exhibition games on Tuesday, they have to quarantine for 14 days. Okay?
Yep.
And of course, it's the same rule like the NBA or the WNBA or something like that. But of course, the qualifying round, you could be gone within 3 days, and you're like, yeah, you never made the bubble. You're already going back home on a plane.
No.
Which can be very funny.
Yeah.
But so basically what they're going to do is, after they self-quarantine for 14 days, and if they're still playing and stuff, if they test negative, then I believe you are allowed to leave the bubble. And if you're not playing, I think you can go play a round of golf or something like that. But I think you got to be close by. I don't know what the rules are.
Okay, I'm sure they'll announce more of the rules as it comes up.
Yeah, because Tuesday we start. There's a set of 3 games, I believe, on Tuesday. And
Of
then
what?
Wednesday's a full slate.
Preseason?
Yeah, everybody's playing 1 game
Okay.
for preseason. And
Yep.
then when the qualifying games start on Saturday, then the teams who are not playing in the qualifying will be playing each other for a top seed. So
Okay.
they may be, and for those games, regular season rules are in effect. There's no overtime or anything like that.
Yo, all right.
Only the teams that are playing playoff qualifying games, then it's going to be overtime rules where you could play for a while.
Well, different rules, just like baseball has their different rules this year. Different rules.
Hopefully, nobody will test positive. We don't want to hear anything crazy or anything like that. Unless, of course, you're the Arizona Coyotes who that your general manager decides, yep, I'm quitting.
Okay, he quit.
I thought, yeah, he unexpectedly resigns. And I said, why is he pulling this stunt all of a sudden? He said it abruptly resigned before blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Announced that, yeah, Steve Sullivan will fill that position on an interim basis. But John Chandok, who's pretty young, I think was the youngest general manager in the National Hockey League.
Yep.
He quit.
He quit.
Basically said, that's it, I've had enough. And said, quote, the club is disappointed in his actions and his timing. Is like, yeah, he did this at the wrong time.
He did. He the wrong time to quit.
And Arizona is very disappointed with what happened, because I thought this first year as a general manager for him, I thought he's done a pretty good job in his first full year as a full-time general manager. And now all of a sudden you want to pull this stunt. Is he afraid that he's not going to be able to re-sign a player? I don't know about that. That there is a player, Taylor Hall, it's the big-time free agent, and I don't think Arizona can afford to re-sign him, depending on how much they're going to allow to risk signing him to a big contract. But you know how that is, because salary cap is not going very far at all this season.
Yeah, hockey salary cap is the lowest probably out of the 4 major sports.
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
We were at $81 million, and I think we're going to stay. I believe we're staying flat at $81 million.
Yeah.
The start of this offseason. So, but I'm not going to start handing down the free agent list yet, because we still got, like the NBA, we still have a season to finish.
Yeah, you still do. So let's see. That's good.
We have what else?
We got about 5 minutes left. We got 6 minutes.
Yep. So we've had some golf that's been going.
Yeah, we haven't talked golf today. Let's talk some golf.
Let's go into that. So we have a new number 1 golfer from last week. Okay, and we congratulate him. He's the first Spaniard to be number 1 since Steve Balatros, whatever his name is. I forget his name. He was a big-time golfer back in the 90s or in the 80s, and he was a pretty darn good golfer when I got a chance to see him on TV, obviously.
I've probably seen him only a couple times. So
John Rahm is his name, by the way, who was number 1.
Was number 1?
was number one going into this week. Who won this? Or still, no, can't still be going right now. Okay, wait a minute. I know with all the major sports coming out, we're going to wind up going uphill for golf here.
Yeah.
Which is not true. And I don't want to do that too much.
Let's see. We got the Twin City, Maine. Oh, oh, crap. They're playing right now. Actually, M. Thomas is 19
Michael
shots.
Thompson.
Yeah, Michael
won the
Thompson.
golf tournament.
Yeah, he got $6.5 million.
Yeah, actually, his earnings was almost $1.2 million. He finished at 19 under par. Adam Long finished second.
Yep. You're reading the same thing I read.
Okay, very good. Trying to see how Ron did. I don't know
the Masters is coming up.
September
Masters.
Yes,
Should look forward to that.
Football.
Yep. Long as it's not on the same week as football, somebody will watch it.
Yes, it is.
Same weekend.
Yes, it is.
It will go up against football.
It's going to go up against football unless they want to move football to another week and give football the week off so CBS doesn't lose its ratings for the Masters.
Yeah, that's true. No Patriot game. You got to watch the Masters. I think people would not like that too much.
No, well,
want to see the Patriots game.
Yeah, well, it depends on who they play that week, too. If it was week 2, then they're okay. They're on NBC when they're in Seattle, so.
Yeah. But I guarantee in September, people want to watch the Patriots. I want to watch the Patriots in September.
Oh, I know. I would like to, too, but guess what? If my New York Rangers are still playing in the playoffs, oh, boy. I have to still follow them.
Yeah, you do. You still have to follow your hockey. And we'll still be following the Celtics as long.
Yeah, we will be all the way.
I will be.
I know. We both will be. U.S. Open's coming for tennis at the end of next month. It's still going on a schedule, but there will be no fans.
Yeah, okay.
So
that's good.
Cardboard.
Cardboard cutouts.
Yep.
Actually, we should get some cardboard cutouts of us and just stick them there.
Yeah, we'd have to buy cardboard. We'd have to really spray paint it, draw it, and see what professional can do the trick for that.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be half as good as those other cardboard.
No, we won't. But yeah, other than that, baseball's certainly getting ready to be wrapped up. Well, the West Coast game is a
the first weekend of baseball is wrapped up. Yeah.
Of course, and we have another. I guess they're going to do Sunday night doubleheaders this year for ESPN.
Good. Doubleheaders.
Yeah, they got
actually I don't know. We should debate this another time. Should they bring back the doubleheader? I think they should, but it's too much money for those.
Major League Soccer is now going into the round of 16 now.
Yep.
For MLS's back tournament and
our own hockey, our own soccer league here in Hartford.
We are 3-0.
Yeah, we're looking pretty good.
Well, the first game, I can tell you, the first game, that goal that they scored was a gimme.
Yeah,
that looked pretty ugly. The second game, I thought they looked very strong. I thought they looked much better. And then the third game, I didn't really get a chance to see too much of it, but they were down 2-0 in the first 15 minutes, and they somehow came back and won 3-2. And I said, guys, don't start pulling this stunt. You don't want to start pulling from behind.
Yeah.
But when I read a little bit who their new head coach is, he's from Tunisia.
Okay. Tunisia. Nice.
And he used to coach in Southampton, England in the Premier League.
All right. Well, they're starting 3-0, so
far so good.
Yeah, I think that's at a quarter thing of fans.
Yes, they're allowing them to go.
Yep.
25%.
The New Britain Bees, I don't know the record, but they're up and down on their games. They seem to lose momentum in the later innings and stuff, and they get too far behind. in
Yep.
the beginning.
And then I guess the Bristol Legion's been playing pretty well from what I have read so far. So.
Yep, they have. So maybe some playoff baseball.
Yeah, and
Bristol.
like I said, of course, they get at least state tournament games, but that's as far as it goes. They don't get any New England or anything like that this year.
Nope. No
know.
East Regional tournaments.
Now, for our show next week, everybody, we're going to debate about the new thing for extra innings. We forgot to mention this, but we'll do that next week.
The extra innings, the second man on base.
Yup, where, it's going to be confusing for a few people to start, but
yeah, it is.
Once we give you the breakdown, it'll be understandable.
I think that's how the Mets lost their game.
Oakland won it on a grand slam Friday night.
Yeah, the first grand slam actually hit in the first game.
Yeah, and then today, Toronto and Tampa. Toronto scored a run in the top of the 10th, and then Tampa got two in the bottom of the 10th to win their game. So
yep. So
6-5. So, but I think our time is
up.
It is up. Okay.
It is up.
You get another glitch, which was good.
Yeah, another glitch. We'll fix that in editing. But this has been the Sportsman Show. Thanks for watching. I am your host, Joe Musel. Look for us on YouTube. Yep, Coachy.
Thank you. I'm Jason Coachy DeCarolis. Thank you for watching. Joe?
Thanks for watching. Look for us on YouTube. Look for us. We're here on Fridays at 7, I believe we're airing. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. You can go to nutmeg.tv.org. Watch the rest of the shows. We try to keep it interesting for you folks. So
you have to, and especially right now, the sports are coming back.
Sports are coming back. This is our 10th show, and we began with no sports, and now we have sports.
Now we have some. Now next week we get to discuss who played what.
Who played what? Who do we think is better? Who's going to make it? Who's not going to make it?
Yep.
So we can get into real sports.
Correct.
All right.
Thanks,
That's
folks.
all,
everybody.
That's all.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Bye.
Elbow.
Elbow. Okay.